we're interested in the food scene. We've got 4 chairs reserved at a meal in September. When you give, you are automatically entered into a drawing for that amazing event. It's an evening-long event at Tallulah's in Kennett Square. There are full contest rules on the support page at whyy.org, but I'm encouraging you to give now, especially before 10 o'clock, to help us meet the challenge. Bring in this extra $5,000 and get your name entered into this contest.
And I just think it's about you thinking about the role of WHYY in your life and what it means to you. You're waking up with us, you're driving to work with us, you're going to sleep, you're doing all of these things in the context of WHYY as a friend, as a trusted friend who is giving you information that you need to make your world a better place, to be a part of your community and feel connected to everyone around you. If you value that, now's your moment. 1-888-345-9499 or go online to whyy.org and thank you.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Procter & Gamble, maker of Metamucil. Metamucil Premium Blend contains plant-based psyllium fiber, which is made with natural flavors and colors and is sweetened with stevia leaf extract. Learn more at metamucil.com. From the Kresge Foundation, expanding opportunities in America's cities through grant-making and social investing. More at kresge.org. And from the ECMC Foundation at ecmcfoundation.org. This is Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Rachel Martin.
And I'm Steve Inskeep. The Supreme Court has offered clear rules for religious symbols on public land. The guidance came as the court decided the future of a World War I memorial. It's a 40-foot-high stone cross. This cross was built on land in Maryland that today is by a busy traffic intersection, and taxpayers pay for its upkeep. By a 7-2 vote, the court said the cross can stay, and the court also offered judgment for other memorials of this sort. Here's NPR Legal Affairs correspondent Nina Totenberg.
Basically, the court said that if a monument has been around a long time, and if it was established for non-religious and non-discriminatory reasons, in this case to honor World War I dead, it will not have to be taken down or moved to private property. But the court also indicated that new memorials with religious symbols will not be okay. Justice Samuel Alito wrote the majority decision. He acknowledged that the Latin cross is a Christian symbol, but said that fact should not blind us to everything else the cross came to represent in the immediate aftermath of World War I. It was a memorial to the fallen, a place to honor veterans and their sacrifices, and a place for the community to gather. Not all of the 6 other justices in the majority signed on to everything Alito said. Indeed, 2 of the conservative justices, Clarence Thomas and Neil Gorsuch, only agreed on the bottom line. They would have gone much further to insulate religious symbols from court challenge. Most legal scholars, both those who applauded the decision and those who did not, saw it as limited. The ACLU's David Cole was deeply disappointed, but added,
"It's a very narrow decision and emphasizes the particular historical significance of World War I memorials."
University of Virginia law professor Douglas Laycock, who filed a brief on behalf of Jewish war veterans and various Christian groups, observed the court did not adopt the Trump administration's argument that the cross has become a universal symbol of sacrifice.
The court didn't go there, so there's some good news here.
But conservative scholar Michael McConnell of Stanford Law School noted that the decision seemed to finally kill off a 1971 decision that erected a high wall of separation between church and state, a decision that conservatives have been gunning for decades. He said the fact that 2 liberal justices, Stephen Breyer and Elena Kagan, joined most of yesterday's decision shows that
the old strict separationist ideal is gone, and now there's only 2 supporters on the court.
Those 2 supporters were yesterday's dissenters, Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Sonia Sotomayor. University of Pennsylvania law professor Marcy Hamilton, a separationist advocate, worries about what she sees as landmines planted by Alito for exploitation in future cases.
They're actually implying that maybe it's okay to have churches making governmental decisions.
In a rare oral dissent from the bench, Justice Ginsburg disputed the majority's characterization of the World War I memorial as representing a non-religious message honoring the fallen. Because the Christian character of the Latin cross is inescapable, she said, the overwhelming majority of public World War I memorials contain no religious symbols. Instead, they display secular images that respect all members of the armed forces who perished in the service of our country. By maintaining the cross on a public highway, she said, the state places Christianity above all other faiths and conveys a message of exclusion to non-Christians, nearly 30% of the population, telling them they are outsiders, not full members of American society. Nina Totenberg, NPR News, Washington.
This
7:59, you're listening to Morning Edition on WHYY. Nina Totenberg, the queen of court reporting for NPR and WHYY. We've been hearing her for years. People imitate her. People love her style. People love the way she quotes what goes on during the Supreme Court sessions, and how she has such an intimate knowledge of the history of the Supreme Court. We are here, Naomi Starovan and Elise Poinsett, reminding you that every day you tune into Morning Edition and hear something important or informative or entertaining, something that might change your mind, something that might make you have a really, really great conversation later in the day because you learned something and it was fascinating. Please support that by calling 888-345-9499 or go to WHYY.org.
And we're here to make sure that we are a fully funded public media station. We're asking for your help. Member support accounts for about half of our total revenue. So we really depend on you to do this. And so we come to you a few times a year and we set some goals and we say, this is what we think we need to keep giving you more of what you want. It's a weird model. It's like the original innovation in media happened 60 or 70 years ago when this was invented. And it's weird and it's wonderful and it totally depends on you. So right now, our producers are telling us that we need to have 30 donations come in this hour to stay on track. And the good news is that we have 15, which is so wonderful, and we're so grateful for every single one of those 15 people who have stepped up this morning. Let's keep that going. 1-888-345-9499 or go online to WHYY.org.
And we have this challenge in effect. 100 calls by 10 o'clock allows us to lock in this $5,000 coming from some generous donators who have said, we're going to challenge you to bring in 100 listeners and then go on the $5,000.
Could use it.
888-345-9499 or and thank you.
Bumps into the U.S.-China trade.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Moon, also a personalized weight loss program that uses technology and small goals to help you weight and keep it up for good. Learn more at Noom.com.
I'm David Brancaccio in New York. Today, the Federal Reserve will stress tests for banks. These virtual ordeals were started after the financial crisis to see if banks could survive and continue lending through another downturn. Tests were done every year, examining the bank's financials through work home prices this year, like the flowers and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be $2,000.
Just call it 3,500.
So that's how
Allied Financial.
the following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was wondering what to pay them off. do it, but it's really going to depend on you stepping up right now. So we have a mini goal this hour of 30 donations. Locking in 30 donations ensures that we stay on track to be a fully funded public media station. We're coming up on the end of our fiscal year, and so it's really important as we close the books on this year and look ahead to the next that we have your support right now so we can make sure that we are growing and here for you in tomorrow, today, next month, and the year to come. We have 17 in, so we're getting there. We're getting there, but it is going to come down to the wire, and it is going to depend on you deciding that you're going to help. To do that, to support the public radio station you love, give us a call at 1-888-345-9499 or go online to whyy.org.
We've got an exciting challenge in effect, and that is we bring in 100 pledges by 10 a.m., and we're able to lock in an additional $5,000 from a group of generous donors. Your call is very important right now, whether it's your first call to WHYY or your first visit to the website to give, or whether you're adding a little bit on to before if you're a sustainer. How about kicking in an extra $1 or $2 or $5 a month?
Take it, yeah.
And that counts toward this goal too, and it's bringing in an extra $5,000. What do we do with that? It gets poured right back into programming for you. 888-345-9499, whyy.org.
And if the challenge wasn't reason enough, if helping us meet the goal, if having public media strong in the community isn't enough, I have one more thing, and that's the New York Times. So if you make a sustaining donation of $10 or more each month, that means $10 month after month until you say stop, you can choose as a thank you gift a digital subscription to the New York Times, and we just love that as a wonderful pairing. You get WHYY, you've got NPR, you've got the New York Times. It's really a great picture into the world, the nation, and your community. We just love it, and we hope that you do too, and you'll make a donation $10 or more a month and select the New York Times as your thank you gift. If you want to do that, whyy.org or 1-888-345-9499.
We're up to 22 now. This is fantastic. We're seeing a little flurry here as people get their day started, and 2 or 3 minutes of your time on the phone or at the website whyy.org lets you into this club, this great club of people who not only listen to WHYY but support it. And